Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Entertainment News. Well, file this one under something that I didn't see coming. Apparently, Richard Stanley, the director with a turbulent career, very underwhelming career in some respects, but a very good career as well, is writing Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey 3. So we're going to talk about that in just a moment, what it all means. Before we do, just a quick reminder to be kind and keep watching. Yeah, we don't have many rules around here. We just want you to be kind if you choose to join the comment section. The world is a mean, nasty place. There's no reason why we need to be mean and nasty to one another. We don't have to agree, but we do have to get along. All right then, Color Out of Space, which is a film that I love a lot. Filmmaker Richard Stanley to write Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey 3. Some of you know him best for his aborted attempt, or rather his attempt to do the Island of Dr. Moreau that he got fired from. And then Marlon Brando and Val Kilmer did whatever they did to that film. But I like that film against my better judgment. So here we go. As soon as I get these ads out of the way. Color Out of Space and hardware filmmaker Richard Stanley has been tapped to write Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey 3, Variety reports. The latest installment in the Poohniverse is set to enter production in early 2026 from Jagged Edge Productions. Jagged Edge, Scott Chambers, who produced the first two Blood and Honey films and helmed the recent Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, will take over directing duties from Frake-Waterfield, who will produce. I am wildly excited to be joining Scott Chambers and his creative team as screenwriter on the mind-wrenching third installment of a beloved blood-soaked saga that has revitalized independent genre film productions in the UK, Stanley said. The 100-acre wood will never be the same. I've always been a huge fan of The Color Out of Space and all of Richard's work, Chambers added. Now, with the third installment underway, I can't wait to see his wild new vision come to life. Work has already begun, and it promises to take everything to an entirely new level. So first off, I know a lot of you have very strong negative reactions to these films. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that the nature of them as being public domain characters brought a lot bigger audience that would normally partake of this kind of fare. So, of course, if you're not used to this type of filmmaking, you're going to look at it and you're going to say, yeah, that's crap. But some of us are a little bit more open-minded to that and put it into perspective where, yeah, it's a low-budget indie movie. It shouldn't be glossy and great. But I think that regardless of what you think of the other films, Richard Stanley's participation here can only mean good things. Granted, he's not directing, which I think would be really cool. But he's still going to make sure we get a coherent story, a twisted story. And, you know, as I was saying, I really love Color Out of Space. It was so cool to see him come out of sort of his unintentional, I would say, retirement to put his take on the work of H.P. Lovecraft. I, of course, have reviewed each and every single H.P. Lovecraft story here on this channel, which you can check out in our archives. But I also liked The Island of Dr. Moreau, which he had begun directing. He got kicked off the set, and someone else finished the film. It didn't go over well, but it does have Brando being really weird. It does have Val Kilmer being really weird. And there's just a lot of kick-ass, well-done makeup and costume effects for all the creatures, which I think is worth the price of admission alone, which is why I still have the film in my collection. I do pull it out from time to time to watch. So, yeah, you know, this doesn't automatically mean it's going to be a good movie. There will still be the limitations of budget, but I think that, you know, this is a tiny little independent film company that has had some notoriety because of the nature of the public domain characters, which means hopefully they've been building off of that. They're building a better company, using the assets wisely, and I would expect that the films would get better and better as the time goes on. And clearly, they do have to pay Richard Stanley, who I know got into a little bit of accusations trouble recently when he was supposed to be doing two more Lovecraft's films, which will probably never happen at this point. I think he was still hopeful that they might, but so, you know, one disappointment after another in his career, and sort of where we thought it was getting back on track, it doesn't look like it, but maybe this is the first step in that finally. So we'll see what we get in the end. But yeah, what do you think? Let us know in the comment section below. Until next time, keep it creepy.